What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And no, this is not going to be a recap game of last night. Definitely not going to be that. I just don't feel like going into that game. I was on live. If you guys didn't know, I'm going to be going on live as much as I can throughout these Giants games, and you guys could watch my misery and things like that. You know, I was thinking about going live in other games, but I just don't have the time to do that, especially primetime games, because I work during the night, so I have to sleep early and things like that. And you know, if I do a live stream every game, I'll get like 2 hours of sleep a day. So not trying to do that. But anyway, so you know, I went to the live stream. You guys, go into my live stream if you guys want to know my thoughts on that. It's the previous video from this one. But I want to talk about something else. I'm going to talk about Odell. I'm going to talk about Eli. I'm going to be talking about the rest of the team, the defense, things like that, and we're going to be going from here. Let's start off with Odell. This is probably the biggest. I don't know what I'm going to title this video. It's just a rant. Let's start off with Odell. Odell has every right to be mad. Odell is angry and has every right to be angry. I know a lot of people are thinking he's a cancer to the team. A lot of people are thinking that his attitude is nonsense. You know, the Giants shouldn't put up with it. He is expressing what every player that has heart feels on the inside, just doesn't decide to show it. And honestly, it's a wake-up call. If anybody that has heart on the team, they feel what Odell is feeling. Sterling Shepard, you guys may be thinking, oh, Sterling Shepard is getting all of Odell's bad traits, like punching stuff at the sideline, punching benches and screaming and things like that. It's passion, it's fire, it's passion. And Odell was not not trying to get the team hyped up, but he's unintentionally doing that. I don't think he's hurting the team whatsoever. Nobody speaks bad about Odell the way, you know, some people think of Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell and things of that sort. Nobody questions his passion and his love for his teammates. It's not like he tells his teammates, oh, all one of you guys suck. You know what I'm saying? Especially going after his Eli comments on that ESPN report. I mean, those questions were so baited. I mean, she wanted to get something out of that, and I think it was just taken out of context. I mean, Odell can't hide it. What is Odell supposed to say? I am very happy in New York. I'm very happy here. You know, I think the GM and the coach, I think they put me in a position to succeed, and you know, everything they do is you know, built around me, and they give me 20 targets a game. You know, the scheme is designed for me to get 20 targets a game. That's not true whatsoever. What is he supposed to say? On top of that, is Eli a problem or whatever? He can't say no. He can't say no. He can't say, oh, it's my fault. I don't run the routes right. I haven't been studying the playbook like I should have. You know, I'm slacking here and I'm slacking there. Is Odell supposed to do that? Is that the politically correct answer for Odell? No. Odell shouldn't be the one saying that. He shouldn't. He should be able to speak the truth, not too harshly, of course. You know, I don't think he should just directly say, you know, Eli, it's Eli's fault. You know, I think he should try to avoid those questions as much as he can. But I don't think he's in the wrong whatsoever in that ESPN interview with Lil Wayne and things like that. I don't think Odell has any I don't have anything against Odell for what he did and what he's doing. And you know what? At the end of the season, I said this in my live stream, guys. At the end of the season, I think Odell's going to demand a trade. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think Odell's going to demand a trade. Whether it's at the end of this season or next season, I don't think I promised you guys, and I do promise you guys, mark my words, he's not living out his 5-year contract. His 5-year contract didn't even start yet. He's signed all the way till he's 31 years old. So I don't think that's going to last long. You know, he's still on his rookie contract right now. His 5-year contract starts next year. You honestly think with a quarterback carousel that's going to happen next year, Eli's not lasting next year. He's not. Whether we draft Justin Herbert, if he actually is good or not, or Drew Lock or whoever it is, I heard those guys are overrated, but Justin Herbert is the guy. Haven't looked at any film yet, but I heard he's the guy. Don't take my word for it. Say he's not good. We have a quarterback carousel with Kyle Lauletta. Then we have to get some other guy. Then we probably bring in a veteran, and maybe he's trash. And Odell's just dealing with a bunch of trash quarterbacks, like how DeAndre Hopkins is feeling right now. But DeAndre Hopkins loves the game. I've seen interviews on him. I've seen him play. I've seen, you know, mic'd up, and he loves the game. Nobody loves the game as much as Odell. Nobody. So if I'm Odell and I love the game that much, I want to go to a team that I'm going to produce, I'm going to win a Super Bowl with, things like that. I don't think the Giants are going to win a Super Bowl in the 5-year contract that Odell is going to be on. I just don't think so. I don't think we're going to be in a position to do so. I know teams could just pick it up right, you know, from 3-13 to 13-3, like the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, they went 3-13, they went like 11-5 or 10-6, something like that. You know, they picked it up in 1 year. Not every team can do that. You know, the Browns are on the right track, you know, but they didn't go 1-15. They didn't go 0-16 last year, and you know they're not going to get 11. They're not going to go 11-5 this year or 11-4-1 because they got a tie. You know what I'm saying? So teams are going to take time, and I don't think the Giants are ready to make that big step just yet. Moving on to Eli, it's time for Eli to go. I love Eli. Trust me. It's very, you know, when the day he announces his retirement, I don't cry when it comes to this stuff, but I might have a tear in my eye. This guy, I've watched him at quarterback since I was 7 years old, man. 7 years old. I watched him at quarterback, you know, watching a Giants game here and there. I remember the Super Bowl. I remember the Super Bowl, both Super Bowls, Super Bowl 42, Super Bowl 46. You know, all the tough losses, all the amazing wins, you know, the David Tyree catch, the Mario Manningham catch, you know, the Chase Blackburn interception, things like that. Those type of moments, you know, even though, you know, Chase Blackburn interception had nothing to do with Eli, but just those moments as a Giants fan, you know, when I think of my moments as a Giants fan, I think of Eli. And it's tough to say he has to go, but he has to go. Father time has come. You know, every franchise always has to say goodbye to their beloved quarterbacks. You know, Green Bay and Brett Favre, Indianapolis and Denver with Peyton Manning. Eventually, it's going to be Tom Brady. You look at Aaron Rodgers when he had to say goodbye. Things like that. Dan Marino with the Dolphins. You know, all these franchise quarterbacks, eventually the fans had to say goodbye to their beloved quarterbacks that played for that team for 10 plus years. And, you know, Eli, in this case, has been with us for 15 years. So, man, it's gonna be tough to see him go. It really is, but he has to go, and this offensive line has to change. Nate Solder is not playing up to his contract, not playing up to his potential. Saquon Barkley is absolutely killing it, guys. I'll be the first to tell you he completely blew out my expectations. I told you guys in the beginning of the season, don't expect him to do much because we're expecting him to be the best running back to come out since ever. Everybody's like, oh, we have Saquon Barkley now. He's better than Leonard Fournette coming out the gate. He's better than Adrian Peterson coming out the draft. He's better than Ezekiel Elliott. You know what? He damn well may be. He's not going to put up the great, you know, he put up great numbers. Don't get me wrong. He's setting a record right now in NFL history for most scrimmage yards by a player. I think most scrimmage yards by a running back in his first few games. He already has over 100 scrimmage yards in his first 6 games. I think the record is 7, so he has one more to beat. So he's breaking NFL records. I don't think he's going to set the huge numbers. I don't think he's going to get past 1,300 yards this season as far as the run game goes. Because, you know, there are games where he has like 48 yards rushing and 70 yards rushing, things like that. You know, and I don't mind that whatsoever. Saquon's great, and I think it's the right pick. I'm happy we got Saquon instead of Sam Darnold. You know, Baker Mayfield's out the question because he was drafted before, you know, he was drafted before Saquon. So I'm happy with the Saquon pick. Now it's time to focus on quarterback. Last year, I was like, let's get our running back. Let's get our franchise running back. So when we do get a quarterback in, he has somebody to hand the ball off to. You don't want to curse your quarterback with having a bad offensive line and a bad running game. Look at Matt Stafford. He is probably one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league right now. One of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league right now. And nobody thinks of him because he has no running game. He's starting to get a running game now, but he has no running game his whole career. And he has a terrible offensive line. Do you really want to put a Justin Herbert in that situation? Did you really want to put a Sam Darnold in that situation? That wouldn't have worked out. Sam Darnold would not have been any better in this. Maybe with a clean pocket, he could throw a ball deep down the field. That's pretty much it. That's what you're going to get. That's different from Sam Darnold. But I'd rather us get us a running game. I'd rather us develop an offensive line before we bring in a quarterback, because then a quarterback will have everything he needs. He won't have to go through the motions of being scared to get hit. He won't have to go through the motions of having to the stress of trying to convert a 3rd and 15 most of the time, like Eli's going through right now. And Eli's already paranoid. You know, with a clean pocket, Eli thinks he's getting sacked. With a clean pocket, you've seen Eli with a bunch of space around him. He's throwing the ball like this. He's throwing the ball like that, trying to get the ball out of his hand so he doesn't get stripped. So Eli's already paranoid. So it's time for Eli to go. It's father time. You know, he gave us 2 Super Bowls, a Super Bowl MVP. It's time for him to go. I'm rambling in this video. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to title this video. It is what it is. You guys let me know. I want to do more videos like this, me just talking instead of just doing an organized thing where I go over stats and things like that. Let me just talk, you know. I want to talk. It kind of feels good. I'm starting to get used to that with being in the live stream. I'm just able to talk. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking we're going to get like 2 or 3 wins this season. Probably 2 or 3 wins. And we have a great roster. Oh, I wanted to talk about the defense. I'm sorry. I hope you guys, if you guys are sticking around this long, let me know. Leave it in the comments. And like this video and subscribe if you're new. Because I don't want to feel like this is not entertaining to you guys. I want to feel like I'm actually talking to someone and they care what I'm saying. So let's talk about the defense now. The defense, even though we've surrendered over 30 points in the past 3 games, 33 points to Carolina, 33 points to New Orleans. You know, how much points did we surrender to the Eagles? 34 points, something like that. 34 points to the Eagles. So over 30 points the past 3 games. Even though that is a symptom of a bad defense, basically, that's showing it's a bad defense. The Giants' defense isn't bad off the gate. How many 3-and-outs? Yes, we allowed 7 points in that first half because Eli threw a bonehead interception and immediately they were in field goal range. So give the defense a break there. But the defense plays hard. The defense plays hard when the offense is playing hard. How many times do we see the offense, when they score a touchdown, how many times do we see the defense force a 3-and-out right after a score? How many times do we see that? We see that all the time. And it's always Landon Collins, Janoris Jenkins making a play. But what happens when, you know, the defense, you know, the offense scored more 3-and-outs last game than probably all season, I swear. Even though our offense is terrible, I've seen more 3-and-outs last night, than I've seen all season, I swear. And the defense is tired of it. The defense is not going to risk their bodies. They're not going to play hard. They're still getting paid at the end of the day. They're not going to play hard and look like a fool and potentially get mossed and things like that. Because their offense doesn't want to play well. You know, how many times are they going to force a 3-and-out and waste their stamina, things like that? You know, you think about it now, you're like, oh, but I would always be out there on the field and things like that. I would always be out there. How many times have you played a pickup game and you after a while you get gassed out, you just stop playing and you just let the guy score that you're defending? How many times does that happen? Anybody that plays a pickup game that gets gassed out, you just kind of give up? You know, Janoris Jenkins, he is, I get it. The guy has no heart. He loves money. The guy doesn't have heart for the game. Janoris Jenkins is like that. You know, he'll play when he needs to, you know, earn his money and make a name for himself. But if we suck, he's going to suck. That's just what it is. He doesn't tackle. He doesn't cover. When we're already down 20 points, he doesn't tackle. He doesn't cover. He doesn't pick the ball off. He doesn't play the run. He doesn't do anything. So, it is what it is from Janoris Jenkins. I accept who he is. It is what he is. It's always what he is. When we went 11-5, he was making plays because the defense was he was feeding off his own teammates. So, whatever his teammates are going to do, he's going to do. So, it is what it is. So, with the defense, don't blame them. Blame the offense because the defense feeds off the offense. You know, if you're looking at a 34-13 game, don't think that the defense sucks. The first thing you have to look at is the 13 points, not the 34 points. Look at the 13 points. Think about it. 13 points. If you divide that by 4, that's what? Just over 3 points a quarter. Just over 3 points a quarter. So the defense isn't going to do anything. They're not going to want to do anything. You know, I don't blame them for that. You know, it's time for Eli to go. It's time. I'm not saying Eli is going to be the reason why the offense will be so better, but it's going to make a change. It's going to make a better change. It's going to, you know, provide some accuracy help, right? We're going to get some better accuracy, but the offensive line is still a big problem. Saquon Barkley could have a lot more yards, had the offensive line played better. That's all I got for you guys. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to title this video. I don't know if I said everything that I wanted to say, but anyway, leave it in the comments. We'll have a discussion. Like I said, Eli has to go. Odell is fine. I love Odell. I think what he brings to our team and what he brings to the game is great. You guys may disagree. It is what it is. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, make sure you comment that down below. You know, be one of those MVPs to make it through the whole end of the video. You guys will definitely be MVP. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you never miss a video and join the notification squad. and I'll see you guys in the next video.